Hi, Nish. Can you hear me?
Oh, I was muted. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, all right. Okay, you can hear me, yeah? All right. Okay, updates, please, Nish.
I didn't go to school again on Tuesday. I was sick.
All right. I hope you do get the needed rest. Okay. Then Tuesday. Today is yesterday, right? Then today.
Today there was no school.
Well, I'm totally missing the holiday. Today's holiday. Oh, Teacher's Day? No, what?
Mm-hmm.
So Monday,
No,
Tuesday.
it's the blended learning thing.
Oh, right. Okay. Then tomorrow you'll be going to school.
Yeah.
All right, all right. But do you have any idea about what's going on AMAT and Chem?
No, but I got my chem mark.
All right. If you don't mind, tell me about it.
I mean, my friends told me the marks. I have no idea the breakdown of where I went wrong.
Okay, all
So
right.
out of 30, I got 18.
18, that's 60%, right? Is that, wait, did I ask you to do a prediction? No, right? For Chem.
No,
Right. Then what do you think? Is that better,
I
worse
could
than
have done
expected?
better. I could have done better.
But considering after you do it, do you think this is what is expected
Yeah,
after
yeah.
you do the
After
exam?
I did it, it was a fair representation. Nothing.
I see. Then no surprises after the work. Okay, understood.
Yeah.
Understood. Okay, then we'll just discuss afterwards. No news from Matt.
No.
All right, understood. Okay, so today, what do we study for 1 hour?
Chemistry again, I suppose.
All right, okay, let's do one. Let's do so. Let's make use of your hopefully your freshness lah.
Hopefully.
This week, that means today and maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow we have to do AMAT, right? I'm guessing, right?
Yeah.
So let's say today, which is this week, is the last time I will go slow with you. Then I think next week Cam have to go faster lah.
I agree.
Right. Okay. But we're going slow here because certain things are just new lah, and I don't want you to yeah, when we can go slow, we go slow, right? Okay. So who's the chicken acid?
Okay, everything just blanks out. I think it's.
Oh, wait. Might as well do this.
No idea.
Just look at your Jamboard. Just look at your Jamboard for a quick refresh, lah, right? And everything that we do, and then I'll quiz you, lah, just to revise it. Okay, check it out, right? Okay, give you 3 minutes to do that. Aditya, can you hear me?
Yep, hi.
All right, I can hear you also. All right, okay, I can see your video also. Good. Okay, Ainesh, also your video and the paper.
Yeah.
So, Aditya, any updates today?
Yeah, we did like linear log graph drawing in AMath.
No logarithms yet?
Sorry?
No logarithms yet?
Like in class?
As in no logarithms yet.
Oh, like logarithm linear log.
Yeah, the one that
we did that. We did that last lesson.
Oh, you have been exposed to the linear law logarithm, right? Okay.
Yes, and I spice up it.
Right. And then you were drawing it also. Drawing is also what we didn't do lah. So I'm glad that you do that lah. Right. So after the logarithm is finished, then you draw or something like that lah. So the drawing is separate from the logarithm, something like that for now. Can you draw?
Yeah, I mean it's just plotting points, not that bad.
So the issue that you're facing in linear law is logarithm.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Any other updates?
No, not really.
Okay. If we don't manage to handle the logarithm in before you finish linear law, then we'll handle it on holiday. Then might as well just whack everything lah if we do that. Okay. Right. Are you going anywhere 2 weeks from now, right? 2 weeks from now. In the
No, because we only have a 1 week holiday.
Then we'll have
Because
the
we had
holiday.
an extra week at the start of the year.
Then we'll have the holiday tuition. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
I like from the book there were some challenging questions. I'll send them to you.
Sure. If you can send me, could you just put it in the Jamboard? Is that even better?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'll send it to you because I still need to access it from my laptop.
Wonderful. Right. So put it in the Jamboard and then I'll be ready for it. Okay, Ainesh, have you seen the Jamboards?
Yeah, I'm still reading.
All right. Okay. Any question? Just ask me lah, because you're revising, so might as well clear that first.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a linear law question, right? No, from the looks of it, these are all logarithms, because they even tell you, right? They even tell you that. So have your calculator ready, because that may help. If you have to rush through the logarithm, then at least we have some help with us.
Won't let me add. Okay. I'll just download it.
Right. Let me try to do that for you first. If I could, then settle with that. Okay, I think it's in. Right. Okay, so Aditya, starting from you. Ainesh still reading?
Yeah.
Okay. Set up your video afterwards. Aditya, for question 4, your problem is in the logarithm. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so because they even tell you what to draw, even though we don't know why we must draw ln m, even though we don't know. So part A is okay. Now part B, reading graph. Reading graph is simple, right? Like reading graph for the y-intercept and for the m is easy for you. Aditya?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then I already did question 4 and I got it right.
Okay. Okay. I'll just demonstrate the logarithm part, because after you read the graph, you need to estimate, and the estimation requires you to do some logarithm as preparation. So here's estimate. Here's the prep. I'll do the prep work for you, even though you have seen it already. Here's the prep, which contains logarithm, right? So m equals to m naught e minus kt. So ln. Okay, this is Doldor ln. Okay, Doldor ln. Yes or not, Aditya?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, what is Doldor again?
Doldor is whatever you do to the left, you do to the right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a very basic algebra technique lah. Like whatever you do to the left, you must do to the right. Now, how do I know whether I should learn or not? Well, he even tell me that I need logarithm natural m. So I just follow. At this point, I'm following. So again, why am I doing door? Because I follow the hint. Nothing special here. Understand?
Yeah.
And then I'll assign this guy as big Y lo, not small y, just to not confuse myself. Okay.
Yeah.
Now the logarithm start lo. Now the logarithm rule immediately goes in force.
Okay.
Immediately, right? Okay. And then this will stay the same, right? The same. This will change because len E, then I'll get my minus KT lo. Okay. And at that point, my logarithm, there's one log rule here. There's a one log rule here. Okay. And then this is a basic log. So my log is done. My logarithm is done. Okay. I will now identify this as big C because that's where the estimation will come from. The T will obviously be the X because they tell me. And then this will be my big M. Okay. So far, so good?
Yeah.
So the logarithm here only exists at these two places. Okay. Let's see whether you can do it for part 5. Are you ready? Okay. I'm going to do some for you and I'm going to do it on your own paper. Only the log part. Okay. Only the log part. Y equals to kx to the power of what? N, is it? N.
Yeah.
Okay. LG this, LG that. How do I know that I should do this?
Because
Too slow. Follow the hint. There is really nothing to it. The question tell us, log LGY. Yeah, door LGY. Oh yeah, I should do that. There is no thinking at this stage. I just follow. Understand? Even though this is logarithm, this is not considered thinking about logarithm. I'm just following what the thing is trying to tell me. Understand?
Yeah.
Right. But at this point, then you do logarithm. I'm going to do it to you very quickly and I'm going to erase it. Are you ready? There'll be a log law here. Okay, ready?
Yes.
There was one log law. All right, can follow? Another one, this will be n log x. That's another logarithm law. Okay, and my logarithm is finished. Can?
Yeah.
I'm not explaining the law to you. You have seen this before, although everybody don't understand. There is no logic to it. They just whack it to you like that. Understand?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to erase it and you try to do it on paper, please. Now, Ainesh, any question? Right. Your audio a bit breaking. Test.
A test.
Wonderful. Okay. I'll quiz you a bit, okay?
Yeah.
All right. Who's the chicken acid?
Phosphorus.
Chemical formula. No, phosphorus is not the chicken acid. Come on. The chicken acid is the one in the Coca-Cola. I'm not sure whether that helps you or not.
Oh, carbonic.
Carbonic acid. So chemical formula, please.
H2CO3.
Okay, which tells us that he has the ability to release 2 H pluses. Okay, that's why the chemical formula is important.
Yeah.
Okay. However, he is chicken by himself because what?
Because
by himself, he does what?
He doesn't react to other.
No. By himself, no. By himself, he refused to do his job. He instead become H2O and CO2. Repeat after me. By himself, he's chickening from his job because what does he do instead?
It turns into H2O and CO2.
Yeah, instead of releasing H+. Like that's totally different from what his job is supposedly. Understand? Okay, do the same with the chicken base lah. Who's the chicken base? Chemical formula, what does he do? Aditya, you're okay. Ainesh, I want you to do it on paper, not just say it. I think it's better. So your video and your paper, please. Yeah. Okay. Aditya, what you did is you applied the 2 logarithm law correctly, even though you may or may not understand. Right? It's a memorization. At this stage, you are to assign the big Y, the big M, the big X, and the big C. Can I see that?
Okay.
So just use arrow anything and tell me who's the big Y, who's the this, who's the that, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, okay. I just read it like this.
Sure, but do your assignment. Who is, right?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Then, because why? Because they tell you this. There's no thinking here involved, right? Because they tell you this. Wonderful.
Mhm.
And big X, because they also tell you, right? Okay. So your M is thinking definitely, and your C definitely also thinking. So the assignment part, you okay? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Pretty
why do we draw the graph? Is it just for marks?
No.
Then what has the graph anything to do with what we're doing here?
Can find the M.
The M from the graph, and the big C also from the graph. Okay, Ken?
Yeah.
After that, there will be one more logarithm, because C is equal to logarithm K, right? Log 10K. And they are supposed to ask you to find K, not big C instead, correct?
Yeah.
So the last bit of logarithm, I'm going to write down in the Jamboard, is C equals to logarithm K. But he wants K, so 10 to the power and 10 to the power. So that's my door 10 to the power of something. Do you know why I'm doing that?
Yeah, so that the log disappears. So it's just 10 to
Correct.
the power of C and K.
Yeah, and that's your K then. Okay, so yeah, good luck. Now, that's where your logarithm is finished up. The logarithm application in linear law is not as bad as the logarithm topic. It's not. You may even survive very well just by memorizing it. No strategy needed. Understand?
Yeah.
In that way, that's kind of a good news. Now, would you kindly do the next question? Only the logarithm part. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Ainesh, video problem.
Oh yeah.
Video and paper, please. Yeah. Okay, Ainesh, again, who's the chicken base and what does he do when he chickens out? Okay, on paper, please. Yeah. Sorry, you're saying?
What am I supposed to do?
The chicken base. What does he do when he's chickening out? Chicken base, not chicken acid.
I'll just finish this.
Right, that's a chicken acid. Yeah, and that's what you do when he chickens out. And the chicken base.
Chicken base. What even is the chicken base?
You wrote it yourself. Okay. Page 5. Come on, pick up. I think you wrote it yourself.
NH4OH. Okay.
It's chemical formula, NH4OH. Aditya, are you stuck?
Thinking.
Okay. That's where he chickens out, Kenya. Now,
Yeah.
why is this case NH4OH become NH3 and H2O? Why is this chickening out?
Because it doesn't release OH instead.
Correct. Like all normal bases are supposed to do that. And for the acid, normal acid. So for you, you learn one chicken base and chicken acid, right? Any
Yes.
questions so far?
Nope.
Okay, now I was telling you that there are 6 acids to remember, right? You don't have to say it to me, just 6. What is the informal definition of acid for us normal people?
Releases H plus after reacting with the base.
Let me correct that. That's actually wrong. Acid releases H plus before reacting. He does that in water naturally. So the water is acidified because the acid releases H plus into the water. There is no requirement of meeting base. The moment he meet base, the H plus actually disappear because the H plus would be the one reacting with the base. That's where acid and base fights and neutralizes each other. The H pluses are being neutralized and neutralizing. Okay. So what is the informal meaning of base?
Reacts with acids to let out OH, hydroxide.
Which is usually the hydroxide is the one reacting, right? Just usually.
Yeah.
Right. Now we went further than that yesterday. I was telling you that base does not always appear as OH. Harder to identify, or rather more complicated to identify than acids. Acids will have the H's quite readily. Okay. So NaOH is an easy to identify base. You react them with acid yesterday. I'm asking you to consider metal, pure metal, raw metal, as also a base because it also reacts with acid. That's the definition of acid, isn't it? Acid reacts with base. Oh, metal react with acid. Oh, then metal must be base. Keeping it simple like that. That's oversimplifying things, but something like that. So far, so good?
Yeah.
Okay. So I will ask you to start from there, right? I'm going to ask you to choose a metal.
Choose a metal. Aluminium.
Sure. Please write down the metal and choose an acid. Right. Preferably the ones that you haven't used. Now, Aditya, you're already doing it wrong. I know I'm not explaining anything, but at least follow my question 4 and question 5. Your application of logarithm law is already wrong. Like just wrong.
Oh.
It's just wrong. Even though there's no logic behind it, it's still wrong. Okay, Ainesh. Now, what will happen when Al meets hydrochloric acid?
I guess you'll find out. Hydrogen.
You'll release hydrogen, yes, instead of H2O because there is no hydroxide here. Good.
Yeah.
Hydrogen is H2, not Hb. Right. AlCl is a wrong chemical formula. Please tell me why.
Because I haven't looked at the.
Please do. Aditya, do you know where it is wrong?
No.
All right. So observe page 14. Right. This K was times x to the power n. Correct. Right.
Yeah.
So isn't that the same as A times B? Kind of A times B to the power of x kind of. Right. When I apply the logarithm law, it becomes plus. When you apply the logarithm, it becomes plus logarithm k plus logarithm x to the power of n instead of times.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So please change that in your working. Other than that, it is correct. That means you apply the second law correctly. So who is the big Y, big N, big X, and big C? Okay, Ainesh. So is everything balanced? So, don't wait for me. I'm hoping that you will instinctively balance. Okay, you're starting with H. Wonderful. the Al11, you will notice that the Cl is not balanced.
Oh,
Oh, this will be troublesome. Yeah, because it is troublesome. Yes. So start with the Cl first.
has to be 6.
Start, you can try. You can play around. But maybe you can start with the Cl first. All right, and then the Al too. All right, so let me check one more. Al balance, Cl balance, the H also balance. Wonderful. So it's a mathematical thing from on. Wonderful, huh? Wonderful balancing. Now, any question on this reaction?
No.
Okay, this reaction plus the one before, which is easier, the one that replaces H2O, are supposed to be natural by the time you're learning this. So assume that in your class, your classmate is already learning this. Because this is one of the first few things that they teach. Okay?
Yeah.
And yeah, right. So now I'm going to show you a new reaction. It will involve the chickening guy. Right? Let's see what happens. Aditya, everything is... Look, be quiet. Yeah, be quiet. Yeah, great. Okay, everything is great, Aditya. Would you do one more? The question 7. Right.
Sure.
Okay, so Ainesh, I'm going to show you one more lah. On page 8, yeah? Page 8. Today is Wednesday. Look at the first guy, HCl. Acid, base, or none of the above?
HCl is acid
Good. How do you know?
because it's hydrochloric acid. I already knew.
Na2CO3, the chemical formula is correct. Yeah. Who is this guy? Acid, base, or none?
None.
Okay. How do you know?
Is it? I'm pretty sure you said Na was a base.
Sorry, Na metal is a base. Watch what I say. Na metal is a base.
But when it's mixed with something else, it isn't.
Observe the Na here. The Na here is a metal, right? Okay. The Na here is not a metal at all. It is not a metal. It is Na plus, NOH minus. This one is something that they won't tell you, and you have to see it naturally. If you cannot, we'll find out very soon. Do you understand? This Na is metal. This Na is absolutely not metal, and that makes the whole difference. Do you understand why?
Yeah.
Why does this Na plus and this Na is just a whole world of difference?
Because when it's mixed with something, it's not a metal anymore. It's a ionic bond.
The word mix is probably very bad. However, you are right to say that Na plus is ionic. Look. You're right to say that. And Na is not ionic. And again, it makes the whole difference. I'll ask you in a very common people term. Who is happier? The Na metal? The Na plus ion? Depends. Who is happier? Happier.
Na.
No, absolutely not. Na is absolutely not happy. That one I can guarantee. And Na plus is absolutely happy. I can guarantee you. How do I know? Because Na will strive to change himself. Why else? He is not happy with himself.
Oh, true.
Na plus is very happy to stay Na plus. It is a proof that he is happy with himself. He's settled. He's a guy which is settled. Look at the right-hand side. This Na is Na plus, no? Correct? See how settled Na is? Na plus is on left-hand side, Na plus. Right-hand side, still Na plus.
True.
Okay. By the way, same thing with Cl, no? This is Cl minus. Hey, look at that. The right-hand side also Cl minus. He is also a very happy guy. He's settled. Can you? Look at this Na metal, it's Na. Look at the right-hand side, it's Na plus. Oh, he strives to change himself.
Yeah.
This is the heart of chemistry, by the way. Just saying, oh, Na wants to become Na plus, not the other way around. Okay. They tell the reason back then is to make the covalent, to make the valence orbital valence correct, full, right? Okay. Now, Na2CO3, Na metal or Na plus? That's a question. That's a question.
CO3 is 2 minus, so
okay, which is usually an indication of happiness, usually. The Na?
Na2 plus, because
no, there is no Na2 plus. It's 2 Na plus,
yeah.
2 Na plus, because Na cannot be 2 plus. Yeah, it'll screw up the balance. Okay, so happy or not?
Yeah.
Okay, then before that, Aditya, why are you stuck? Aditya? Aditya, you okay? Aditya?
Hi, sorry. I needed to go to the washroom really bad.
Right. Okay, focus. Right. So Ainesh, acid reacting with, well, not acid and not base. This is a salt, by the way. Not everything is salt, but this is a salt. This is extremely weird. I thought I teach you acid react with base. Acid don't react with other acid. Acid also don't react with other things in general. But base, yeah. Acid also don't react with water. I mean, just say acid just react with base, basically. What's going on here? How come I'm claiming that there will be a reaction between this acid and this salt? So observe. Observe. I'm writing another one. This one. Okay.
What exactly is a carbonate?
For now, sodium carbonate is just something I made up. It exists in real life. It exists in real life, right? But I'm introducing this. Yes.
No, I mean, what's carbonate in just carbonate?
You mean CO3 2 minus, right? That's what you mean, right?
Yeah.
CO3 2 minus is an ion which in real life is colorless. You cannot even see it. That's about the extent I can tell you.
Okay.
At least NaCl, which is also a salt, right? At least it tastes salty. At least. I think if you taste sodium carbonate, it'll probably be slightly bitter. That's my guess. Right. Okay. For you, Aditya, it is correct. All right. So you at least went through the logarithm thing. If you want to practice more, go ahead. Right. Those are correct. Okay. So Ainesh, even though I'm asking a lot from you, I'm not explaining too much. I'm just introducing new stuff, but bear with me. Yeah. Now, give me another salt, please. Create another salt.
NaCl.
Okay, another one, please, because we have used NaCl. Time to, use another one. Give me a positive ion and give me a negative ion, and let's see whether they can become salt.
Na2SO4.
Okay, wonderful. Na2SO4. You are correct. That's also chemically done correct. Wonderful.
Yes.
Nothing happened. Let me say this very carefully. Acid plus this salt, nothing happened. This is not a surprise. Because salt plus not base is not supposed to do anything. I mean, I'm simplifying things, but that's why this acid plus this salt, which is not a base, nothing happens. So not a surprise. Understand? What is surprising is that when I choose carbonate or sodium carbonate, something happened. That's the surprising part. That's why we learned this reaction. Okay, so I'm going to show you what happened. For that, Aditya, do you have anything else to do? Because we do need to practice a little bit, if possible, right? Maybe you can go to...
I kept my book at school.
So you have no other question.
No.
And you don't have the drawing pad, so isn't it?
Oh, I do. I have this.
It's a waste of time to draw right here.
Oh, I know why.
Okay.
Oh wait, I have another book.
Right. Okay. I wish that you practice logarithm intuition. Right. So Ainesh, yes, you're saying, what do you know?
Is it because it has carbonate, which is carbon and oxygen atoms, which allow it to have, it allows carbon dioxide to form?
How come the last half of your answer is correct? I'm a bit curious. Let me show you very detailed, see whether that's what you're thinking of. Right? So one more time, acid does his job like that, look, become like that. That's just him doing his job, correct? This one is also the salt just doing things naturally, like I'm rewriting this. Okay, Ken? These things are not a surprise. Now, what happened? They're just floating around in water, right? Because that's what they do. They do this and then they just float around and wait until something happens. Okay. H plus bumps into Cl minus, which he separates himself from. Anything happen?
No.
Good. They just float around again. Okay. Wonderful. Aditya, would you please practice that? That's not a logarithm one. So let's see how good you are in doing the algebra. H plus bumps around and meets Na plus. Anything happen?
No.
They even reject each other because positives rejects positives.
Yeah.
Make sense? Right. H plus meets CO3 2 minus. Anything happen?
No.
No. Unfortunately, or fortunately, or whatever, I don't know. This is when something happened. H plus and CO3 2 minus. Remember? That was to become H2CO3, which you will notice as the chicken acid. It's the chicken acid. And maybe that's what you mean.
SO4 work.
Sorry?
Why doesn't H2SO4 work?
Oh, because H2SO4, when they meet each other, they'll just do his job again and become H plus and SO4 2 minus again. Remember, that's what acid do. They just release the H plus one. That's just what he does.
Oh.
But the chicken acid forms and immediately chickens out. If you offer him the opportunity, he will chicken out. And there is no base here to, force his courage. So he chickens out.
So can we do this for the base as well, the chicken base?
Oh, the chicken base, I'm going to show you immediately. Because that's the third reaction and the fourth reaction they will tell you. Okay. So one more time. Cl minus meets Na plus. Anything happen?
Sorry, Ca minus what?
Cl minus, right? The remaining guy, Cl minus bumps around and meets Na plus, right?
Yeah, of course.
Will anything happen?
Yeah, of course.
No, nothing much. You just write them as NaCl, but
yeah, exactly.
But it means nothing much happen. You must understand the chemistry. Oh, it becomes NaCl. Yeah, but the NaCl is just Na plus and Cl minus. Nothing much happen.
Okay.
Okay. Now I'm going to erase this, and you're going to write down the result of the first reaction. Please write down on paper.
Okay.
Okay, Aditya. This thing does not give you the hint. Oh, no. They give you the hint. Wait, which one? Does this question give you the hint or not?
It gives us M.
True. No. When I say hint, I mean what we are supposed to do. So notice that this question doesn't even give you the table. Correct?
Yeah.
So this question is supposed to be harder or easier than the ones that give you the table?
Harder.
No, wrong. Easier. Smaller marks. Do you know why?
Because they gave us the equation?
No. The other one also give you the equation. What? You have been doing that?
Oh, yeah.
This guy does not give you the table because you know what? Table leads to graph drawing, correct? Graph drawing leads to?
Human error.
No. Of course, no, of course, you are correct. You know yourself, you know human being, you know human experience. What I mean is more technical. The graph leads to gradient and y-intercept. That's what the graph is supposed to give us, correct? You see why this question is easier?
Because it gives us the y-intercept and the gradient.
That's why they don't give you the table.
Yeah.
And so he shortcuts the graph drawing. So this guy don't have graph drawing, look, but what he has is all the other things beside graph draw. Make sense?
Yeah.
Now, when I mentioned the hint, do you understand what I'm saying? Sorry, just a minute. Ainesh, you don't get me. You're not supposed to write H2CO3. That's only working. That's our working in our head. Oh, there's H2CO3, the chicken guy. You cannot write this as the final presentation, right? Because the chicken guy immediately chickens out. So this is still working. If you add another one, then you're correct, look. H2O and CO2. Now, just saying that your teacher will not appreciate the first line. No? He will not. For some reason, he will not, even though it is a proper working. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, you understand what's going on?
Yeah.
Most probably, the class will remember this. I was just hoping that you understand. Okay?
Yeah, I agree. Understanding.
HCl plus Ne2SO4. What will happen?
HCl plus just
Ne2SO4.
NaCl and H2SO4.
Which is basically the same thing as the left-hand side. You must understand this. They're just floating around like that. So nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing ever happens. But this guy, something happened. The chickening out is what has happened. Okay? Now, invent a reaction by choosing a base. Choose for me a base. A base with the OH. No, a base, not an acid, a base.
Oh, a base.
Yeah, which when I say a base means it has to have the OH, right? That's what it means. So choose a base. Metal and OH. Metal and OH.
What's magnesium?
Periodic table.
Okay. So, MgOH2.
Wonderful. Write it down. Now, Aditya, do you get what I mean by the hint given? Not yet. That's very important.
I get it. Like if there's a power sign, then you do log.
No. That's not what I mean. It's even better and more clearer than that. I'm gonna explain. Now, for you, Aditya, you write this down first. Look, this is the reaction. Okay. Just to be clear, this is a base and this is a salt. So tell me, will anything happen? Please, Ainesh, think about it. Now, Aditya, what I mean by hint is this. What you're saying? Yes, Ainesh? NH42SO4? Right? Your thinking is, does anything happen? If something happened, then what is it? Right? You were asking for the chicken base, so here you go. Now, Aditya, at page 14, you will notice that what you're saying was correct. When you see power, your instinct should be to log. You are correct. However, the question makes it easier for us by telling us that you should log. That means the question is giving us a very clear hint. Log y and log x. Oh, well, I'm supposed to log. Understand, Aditya?
Yeah.
This question tells you the hint also what you're supposed to do or look for. Do you see that the question does that to you? The straight line graph of y against xy, meaning to say you are supposed to look for y on the left hand side and then xy on the right hand side. It's a super big hint that you're supposed to use right from the start or notice from the start. because it will never be wrong. The hint is
Yeah.
always correct. If they give you a hint, make sure to use it lah. Okay.
Okay.
Now, the question is now you're supposed to use that. So y against xy. The algebra will be y on the left-hand side and some sort of xy on the right-hand side. Can you do that?
Wait, could you say that again?
Whenever the phrasing is the straight line graph of y against xy, okay? Whenever he say
Okay.
that, there's a rule that he must obey. The rule is the big Y is the first guy, look. So the big Y is the small y, understand?
Yeah.
The big X is the second guy, XY. That's the same thing as what you practice. For example, question 5, LGY against LGX. Oh, big Y is LG small y. Big X is LG small x. The phrasing rule he must obey. So he obeys that when he's giving you the hint. So it's a super, super big and useful hint. You still don't get the significance of the hint.
I get it.
All right, give it a try, please. Now let me see you using the hint. That's a very important thing. Now, Ainesh, thinking time over. Anything happen or not? And by the way, I'm not asking you, you're copying wrongly. What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm asking you to copy this one. Of course, this one, the one that you're staring at, nothing happened because it's base and base, and nothing happened.
Precisely. So what do I?
This one, this guy.
Oh, there. Jesus
That guy,
Christ.
yeah, that guy.
NH4 to SO4.
Yeah, which is weird because I'm asking you to think about base and solve, right? Weird. Nothing is supposed to happen until you analyze further lah. Right, so MgSO4, which is simply Mg2 plus and SO4 2 minus flying around, so nothing happened. Okay. And the balancing is nice, wonderful. And if you stop here, then you don't get it, though.
Put this down.
Now, Aditya, are you thinking, or should I explain what does the hint means again?
Could you explain again? I'm confused.
Right. I'm going to explain it by doing it a little bit first. So rather, I'm going to ask you to now please factorize the left-hand side. No, I'm sorry, please expand the left-hand side first. Right. Now, Ainesh, absolutely correct.
Yes.
Given the opportunity, the NH4OH chickens out lah. Voila, that's it lah.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. The fifth reaction, you must memorize something else. Right. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 reaction. At this point, I just want you to summarize the 4 reaction before we go on, because after this, there'll be more memorization. So these 4 first, please. Understand? Come on, the acid and base, acid plus metal, these 2 guys that you just learned. Please summarize them in the remaining 5 minutes for yourself. Okay? Now, Aditya, look at what happened when I asked you to expand. I suddenly have X and Y, correct? X, Y. Which is me following the hint, even though I'm not too sure what's going on. Okay, just to be fair, I'm not doing some genius work here. I'm just trying to chase what the hint asked me to do. Okay, right? I do notice though that the hint also want Y, which currently I don't have. I only have YB. That doesn't count as Y. So that disturbs me a little bit. Understand?
Wait, what? I didn't catch that.
The hint says graph Y against XY. So now I have XY. Good news. But I don't have Y, meaning pure Y. I have YB, which is not so good. But at least I have XY. That's the state of my thinking right now. Understand?
Yeah.
Now, I would now move the YX to the right-hand side. Now, please do that. Ainesh, the first reaction is not acid plus base, is salt. Yeah, it's salt plus something else. Huh? You're saying. Okay. Now, Aditya, why would I move that to the right? Am I doing some sort of genius work here?
No, because we need a y here and an x on the other side.
Correct,
That's
because
how-
that's the big X, right? Correct. So, but now I notice that I don't have the pure Y. So what should I do?
Oh, divide.
Yeah, divide by B, right? So now I have the pure Y, which is A over B, right? Plus, now at this point, I will ask you to not write it this way. This is a very bad way of writing the Y over BX. The A over B is fine, totally fine. Right? So write down A over B.
Oh, okay.
That's fine. I want you to write down as 1 over B. Stop. Just
I see.
1 over B YX. If you know Y, great, you learn something. I will write down in this manner. This is the best way. But why? Why?
Because it's still dividing by b. Like,
Correct. But why do I specifically write down this way? Because normally I wouldn't.
oh, because this is like yx over 1, then cross multiply.
No. You're missing it. No. At this point, remember you're supposed to match with big Y, big X, big M, and big C. Remember, that's the final.
Oh
thing,
yeah,
right?
and m and c have to be constant.
True. And M has to be in front of the big X.
Yes,
Which I already know who the big X is because I'm a genius, correct?
that is true.
No, there's no relevance there. I'm not a genius, but even if I'm a genius, there's no relevance here. Because I'm experienced, correct?
Yeah.
Also no relevance. Because the hint tells me I'm just good at reading the hint. You are not.
Okay.
The hint already tells me the big X will be YX.
Oh yeah.
I'm not experienced or a genius. I'm just reading the hint and using it. Please match big Y, big X, big M, big C, please. Ainesh, the first guy is not acid plus base equals to salt. That's the wrong reaction. Hello.
Oh, what is it?
Salt plus water.
Equals to acid plus base.
No, acid plus base will become salt and water. Why? Because the H plus and the OH minus meets, becomes water.
Oh, yeah, true.
You have to put the water. Yeah, it has to be, right? Okay, chicken acid, chicken base. Yeah, okay. You can call chicken, you can call lazy. That's just our wording. You can never use chicken and lazy in exam. You know this, right?
Yeah, of course. What do we use in exam then?
Oh, they always call it weak acid and weak base, which becomes a problem later on in terms of understanding. I'll tell you when you finally meet the class. Okay.
Yeah.
Because not all weak acid does this. This chicken acid and chicken base are very specific. Not all weak acids does this. And they never differentiate it for us. Okay. So the final reaction, the fifth reaction, requires a lot of memorization, which I will give you next time. And that's it for now. Okay. All right. Okay, Ainesh, this is the summary. Hopefully you will see something or understand something tomorrow and expect a lot of new things. But this is the centerpiece. This is something you have to understand.
Yeah, but I don't have chem on Thursday. I have chem on Friday. So I guess you'll find out.
We'll find out on Sunday. Yeah. Again, please assume that your class is way ahead of you for now.
Yeah.
Just be prepared mentally. Okay. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yep. See you. Bye.
Bye. All right. So, Aditya, again, I'm a genius, right?
No.
I'm experienced, right?
No.
That one, yes, lah. But there's no relevance to doing this question. There is no relevance. I'm teaching you to read the hint. You are to read the hint and make full use of it. If not, what you are doing here makes no sense at all. You understand or not? It's so weird to do what I just did. It's so weird. There must be a reason to do it. The reason is the hint.
That
Do you
that
understand what I'm saying?
that big X is XY.
And the big Y is small y. And so we
Oh.
rearrange everything according to that. That's the guide.
Okay, yeah. that makes
Doing it any other way is not useful for this question.
sense.
So whether logarithm or not, please understand that this part does require some thinking and reading of the hint. Okay.
Okay.
The other parts you can do one. This part you have to understand very well. Okay. Any other question?
No, not for today.
This question you haven't finished, but they shortcut the table, they give you the gradient and intercept. I hope you can now answer this question. Okay.
Yeah, I can.
I'll see you tomorrow then.
Okay, see you
Okay.
tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Also, can we just from now on, is it okay if I do like every week Thursday?
I have no problem at all. I have no problem with that.
All right, nice.
There's
Because
no problem.
Sunday, like I got, what was it? I got chemistry class.
So basically, you just don't want Sunday, correct?
Yeah.
We'll give it a try.
Oh.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We'll give it a try.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah,
Because
the
it
chemistry
should.
class. No, it's yeah, I don't go for chemistry class anymore. No, it's chess.
Usually, your chess and Hindi is the problem. Like
Yeah,
alternate
like
week or
chess and Hindi back to back. Like I have to go to the center for Hindi and then come back home and do chess. So then, like that time is like overlaps with.
I understand.
Yeah.
However, I do reserve the right to change your schedule again if I think it's affecting your performance. Because remember, we want better performance this time in preparation for the final year. I mean, final year, I will say very clearly, definitely more important than chess.
Yeah.
Right. So if I sense that you're not going to make it given the time remaining, I will say to you, and I will probably have to say, okay, you have to give priority to the problems.
Yeah.
Okay. But for now, let's give it a try. Okay.